Greetings everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft modding tutorial for 1.9.4. And today we're going to set up some basic stuff for our mod, basically setting up our package structure and the way we want to organize everything in the future. And to get started off, I'm just going to delete the example mod. You can do that as well. And we're just going to be creating packages first off that we will be using. So I always call mine this. Do not ask me why. I just do it. I like it this way. All right. First off, we have our main class or our mod class. You can call it whatever you want. I actually suggest you calling it the name of your mod. Let's do that. We're going to be making. I don't know what mod we're going to be making, but we're going to be making a mod. Okay, let's for now call it main. We'll change everything in the future when we figure out what sort of mod we want to make. Now, actually, let's not do too much coding now. Let's just set up the package structure and test that in-game everything works and all that. So we're going to be needing a reference package for our reference files. We're going to be having a utility package, which I'll just call util. In here we will have classes that will help us do stuff for us so that we don't have to write the same code over and over again. We're going to be having that's not what we wanted, a new package called init, short for initialize. And this is where we will be listing all the blocks and items and registering them, and not just blocks and items, entities as well, and commands and whatnot that we're going to be having in this mod. We will also be needing folder for items and blocks, and also entities and all that. But let's just put items and blocks for now until we're certain what we want to make. We need our proxies as well for handling client to server and server to client information and other things alike, like rendering models for blocks or items and so on. That's a lot of stuff we need with these proxies, or that these proxies can do for us. And let's just do that for now. I do not really feel like anything needs to be added. Let us start with our reference class. And I usually call my reference class, or my main reference class, just reference. And in here I will have 3 very specific strings, being the mod ID, so that I can just reuse this one instead of changing the name everywhere if I ever want to change the mod ID. And as I said, I'm not quite sure what we should put, so for now I'm just going to put this. Put your mod ID, and preferably all lowercase. We'll also want the name of the mod, which I as well do not know what I'm gonna put, so we'll figure this out. And the version of this mod, not Minecraft, and I'll just put alpha. All that is good. These are final, which means that they're constants and they cannot be changed unless of course you change them, and they're static so that we can access them from other classes as well. Okay, that's the reference file. Let us quickly just add this mod annotation, and basically what this does is that it makes the mod class. It initializes this class as our main mod class, and so in here we're going to be telling Forge that our mod exists and what mod ID and mod name and mod version this mod is. Reference dot can I not spell? I can here. Mod ID. There's also a name, and if you're wondering, let's just import this. If you're wondering, there's actually a lot more stuff you can do in here than just set the name and mod ID, name and version. You can also set dependencies, which we will be doing actually, because we're dealing with a mod library or modding library. We'll be doing that as well. So that basically what that does is that users of this mod will get a message saying that they will that they will need to install LLibrary in order for the mod to work. Okay, that is basically all we need here. I'm going to be making our proxies, one for the client and one for the server. So a client proxy and a server proxy. Some people call it common proxy. I like to put server proxy. And you want to make sure that the client proxy extends the server proxy. Okay, that is good. We're not going to be further coding on these for now. And as for the init, we'll just quickly set up the items and blocks files, and I usually like to call these mod items and mod blocks. Same goes for other things like mod biomes, mod commands, mod entities, and mod tile entities, so forth. We can just quickly add the init function or method in here, which will be a static void method, and this is the method that we are going to be calling in our mod file through an event called the pre-initialization event. So Minecraft loads in phases, or in phases. That's a good word to use. And 3 of these phases are called pre-initialization, initialization, and post-initialization. There are others, but these are the ones that we will be working with and that we have access to through Forge. They come in events, so that is pretty handy. And these events are called like so, the FML pre-initialization event. You want to make sure that you have the add event handler annotation as well, because it's an event. And we have our init and we have our post init, and of course we need to make sure that this is not the initialization, pre-initialization, but they are actually the right ones. Alright, now for the proxies, you want to have a cited proxy annotation here, and in here, let's just import it before we continue. You want to have client side, and you want to put this as the path into your client proxy. And so for me, that is com.proxies.client proxy. And for the server side, it is same, except of course the class has another name, server proxy. And then you want to make an instance of your common proxy or server proxy, like so. Make sure it's static, and import that. Make sure you import your own and not anyone else. What was that? What was the other option? That's LLibraries. So yeah, import your own. Alright, that's all good. We're also going to be making an instance of this class, for the sole reason of being able to refer to a couple of files. For an example, we can be calling our GUI handler from in here, and then we have access to it through this instance. Just some global instance that we want to be using to access stuff, basically. And you want to pass in your mod ID in these parentheses. And then afterwards, you want to make a public static and then your class name. And we're just going to put instance afterwards, like so. Make sure you import instance as well from this package. Okay, that is pretty much the setup that we wanted. Yeah, I'm just going to add some utility classes. There is, for an example, the log helper that I use a lot, and I'm just going to be copying it from my other ones. I always copy this because I use it every time I have a new mod. I just paste this in, and it's fairly handy. It's pretty much just a print system out print line with all these information things, and yeah, that is good. I'll provide all the code will be on a GitHub link, so don't worry about the code. It will be provided for you. You can also write it out if you want, but I don't know how much you want to do that. I did that back in the days, but do not know what you want to, guys. Alright, let's see, anything important that we missed, such as anything. I guess event folder, our GUI. Yeah, let's set up the GUI and HUD that we are going to be working with as well, because those are some pretty interesting things to work with. GUI and HUD, and events, of course. I should probably have put an S in yet. Oh well. Okay, that is pretty much it for this video. Actually, I do not want to go into deeper things, because then I'll be handling specific things, and I don't really want to go into specific things in this video. I just want to have our mod set up for us, and we can just go ahead and run the game. I haven't tested if it works. It should work though. Yeah, in the next video I'm not quite sure what I will be doing. We'll probably focus on some setup for making blocks and items, and I'll be providing a JSON util tool that I've made here the other day, which can be a big help for you. You can also go ahead and make your own, but yeah, if we go into mods, we will see our mod, and we'll see LLibrary as well. So yeah, all good, all works. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. One more thing, I guess we can just quickly take a look at this mcmod info file, which is actually really nice and neat. You don't really want to put too much work into it, unless you're making a big mod, I guess. So yeah, put in your mod ID, which for me is actually just mod ID, and I'll just put in mod name. Of course, you would put in your whatever, yeah, example placeholder, the version of your mod, and the Minecraft version. Oops. URL to a download or something like that, or an update URL if you want to update the mod. Author list, credits to the Forge guys because they're freaking awesome and they made Forge for us. You can have a logo, screenshots, blah blah blah. Dependencies, we are going to be using this later. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.